Ladies and gentlemen, SB 87, which is a school voucher bill, has been defeated. If you haven't been paying attention, school vouchers are terrible. Uh, the ultimate Republican goal is to make it so we have no public education and everybody is just in a free for all system trying to choose which particular private school that they want to go to. So, the reason why we're against bills like SB 87 is because school vouchers, they frame it as kind of a system where the state's gonna give you money, and then you just get to choose which private institution you wanna go to. But what they don't tell you is that, 1, they purposely, um, don't fund special education, so they have to take out of that budget and then fund special education, which takes makes public education worse because you don't have enough funding, you have to draw from different bank accounts to make things work. Number 2, every single time someone takes this, like, tax credit, and then applies it to a private school, well, now that's one student that's not going to, a public school, and that's the way that public schools get their money is by having a student there. They're funded, like, per student, like, $4,000 per student or whatever the number is, and so now that student's over there in private education, and when you have a free fall environment like this, poor people actually get left behind because if you've been poor before, moving is not easy. There will be some people that just won't be able to move out of places where, say, they have a bad education system. They just it doesn't matter if you give them a tax credit to go to a private school. The private school just isn't close enough. They can't just up and leave and go travel to that. And so it makes a situation where the problem of institutional like wealth inequality or education inequality is just not fixed. It's made worse by things like school vouchers. And that's what Republicans want. They've also edited the bill to make it so that people that are wealthy can actually benefit from this tax credit. I'll let Davis Hammer explain this because he's better at it than me. So
Schools passed a House committee and now heads to the House floor. The bill expands eligibility for taxpayer funded tuition for private, unaccredited, and unregulated schools. Initially, Republican leaders described the bill as a tool for low income students in public schools, but eligibility is being expanded to include students regardless of income and removing a requirement that the student previously attend a Kansas public school. The
which is important to note because like you're gonna say it's for like poor kids and then immediately undermine that by removing the income eligibility requirement. But also like they had a requirement in the bill to where like this person was previously dependent upon public schools. And the people that are dependent on public schools typically are people that can't afford um, private education. And so if you're removing that requirement, you're pretty much saying that people that were already going to private school, we're just going to give you money so you can, I guess, have a tax cut or education funding cut. um, so you can go to private school for free now.
tax credit or vouchers.
Oh, and this is a slap in the face because like there's so many other things that we could be funding besides rich kids education going to private school while everybody else suffers.
Are currently capped at $10 million per year, but the bill would raise the amount of public tax dollars diverted to private schools on a yearly basis. As
So yeah, Republicans are poisoning your water supply, poisoning your education funding. So hopefully we can put a stop to that. It's going to take a lot of political pressure. Call your local legislators, tell them to oppose this bill when it eventually comes back up again because they will make it come back up again. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated as I figure out things. Yeah, peace.